Okay. Good girl. Good girl. You see those puppies out there? Good girl. So I saw a video the other day where someone was talking about all the ways that YouTube has changed their lives, even with a small following. And it got me really inspired to kind of talk about that on my channel, because I have truly been thinking about all the ways that I've kind of changed just in a short period of time. Even though I don't post as consistently as I would like to, you know, just the content that I've posted has helped me tremendously. And I just wanted to share this with you guys in case you are someone who is wanting to get into YouTube and starting your channel and starting your journey as, you know, someone who creates content. I hope this can inspire you by the end of this video to go ahead and do it. So me personally, I'm a person that overthinks everything. Like any little thing that I want to start, I'm going to think about it super long. And sometimes I think about it so much that I just don't do anything at all. I just overthink it too much. I'm a planner, like everything has to be this way. And I started to realize that it's kind of like perfectionism. And I never really thought of myself as a perfectionist, but I definitely have perfectionist tendencies. And so I'm starting to try to like reel that back and just kind of like just anything that I want to do, just go, see what happens, let it be, let it happen naturally. You don't have to plan out every single thing. So with this channel, I started it, I think in 2018 is when I posted my first video on here. And I started this channel with the intention, I've shared this with you guys before, but I started this channel with the intention of sharing my journey through minimalism, simple living, being more earth conscious, and just trying to live a better life for the earth and just for myself in general. And sharing this journey of like, I called it self-help back then, but I like to call it self-discovery right now, because I feel like we're always growing. And even if I help myself in this, you know, space in my life right now and I do these certain things, that doesn't mean that those things are going to be permanent. So I feel like I'm always discovering myself. So I like to say self-discovery. Um, but yeah, I started this channel on those premises before. And then it slowly, kind of by accident, evolved into like a tech channel. I still want to sprinkle in a little bit of the self discovery, so you know, my journey, minimalism, simple living, those type of things in with the tech things, but I feel like tech has been the main thing that has really started to change a lot of things in my life. And it might not be what you think. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about sponsorships. I'm not talking about collabs. I'm talking about things that actually truly matter at the core. So, hopping into the first point, I love the fact that I get to create work that directly helps other people. I always knew that I wanted to do something in my life that directly helped other people. I started off by wanting to be a pediatrician, and then that turned into wanting to be an orthodontist, going into dentistry. And then I realized that I just don't like bodily fluids. I cannot deal with broken bones. And I know kids are the biggest, you know, group of humans that break their bones. I just couldn't do it. So it feels good to know that I'm still doing something that is going to directly help other people. So when you guys send me messages like, you helped me decide what I want to do in college, or I was undecided and now I, you know, have declared my major. I've had those type of messages. Or some of you who have learned how to code a long time ago, kind of put it to the side for years, and now you're picking it back up. Even those of you who are older than me and are thinking that you're too old to do this, but have found inspiration to say, no, I'm never too old to learn something new. This is a skill that anybody, any age can start. I mean, even kids can start at some capacity learning how to code. It just truly touches me, and it just makes me want to continue going on, even when I have like imposter syndrome and self-doubt, and I don't know what this channel is doing, or I don't know how my filming, you know, what type of videos I want to film or how I want to film them, like my style. It kind of like those things kind of get pushed to the side when it comes to you're just creating content and speaking to people directly to help someone. That's all you have to worry about, and everything else will kind of fall into place. So I'd say that's the biggest thing, is the fact that I know that I'm helping other people. So in knowing that I'm helping other people, it also motivates me to learn more, because I want to learn more so I can share more, and I want to grow more so that I can inspire more. So it actually helps me. It's like a double, positive there, where I get to help other people, but it's actually helping me too. So, like, the second point really ties into the first point, and that is the fact that I get to create content and talk about things. And then when I was, writing on my blog, when I first started blogging, and I was writing about like anxiety and things like that, it really is like a form of therapy for me personally, because by me writing out things that I feel like are going to help other people, like I said, when I was writing about my anxiety or just things that I wanted to do better for the earth, it actually helped me. And I remember when I was pregnant with my second child in 2018, I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning every single day, every week, at least Monday through Friday. I don't know about Saturday and Sunday, but Monday through Friday, I was up at 5 a.m. every single day, writing a blog and posting a blog. I posted a blog every day. And I look back on those times, those were the happiest times that I've ever been. Take away family, take away that type of thing, that makes me happy. Writing to with the intention of this is going to help someone else, it helped me so much that just was the happiest time that I ever, that I remember having in my life. So I really want to get back into that, getting up early, starting my day before the sun comes up, before, the world wakes up, and really just getting to the core of the things that make me the happiest, which is like writing and just expressing myself through creation. Now, this next point is really top tier as well. I don't think these are going to be ranked in any specific order as far as like what is the most important thing that has changed my life, but this one is really important as well. And that is the fact that I've made offline friends here from this channel, just from starting this, community that we're building. And I can't tell you how many people I've talked to in DMs, comments, emails, on the phone, on calls, FaceTime. You guys are truly amazing, and you don't understand how much you guys motivate me. Just being able to talk to people who aspire to do the same things that you're doing, and just hearing your stories and your background and why you're doing what you want to do, or why you're doing what you're doing, is like so motivating, and it makes me want to go harder. I've been able to make a really good offline friend, to the point where now we don't even talk about code when we talk to each other. I mean, we do, but then it spawns off to actual personal conversations, and I appreciate that so much. So shout out to Cody if you're watching this. But yeah, like, it's been amazing. I never really actually thought that would be something that could happen from starting a YouTube channel, but I've been able to find other people that I can talk to that share the same interest and actually understand what it is that I want to do. So I'm truly grateful for every last one of you that I've ever had communication with. Like I said, whether that's just a comment, whether that's an email, a DM, a call that you've booked, whatever it is, I truly appreciate you. I hold that so dear to my heart, and I hope to continue those type of conversations as we grow in this community. Speaking of community, that is another point that has really changed my life, is building community. I've never been the type of person who like joined clubs in school. I wasn't a part of any type of committees or anything like that. The only team that I was really a part of was tennis. And so building something that I feel like is just for me, as far as like, these are things that I'm actually interested in, and I found a whole group of people who are interested in the same things. It is so awesome. And I don't ever feel like, I never felt like I didn't belong, but I know that my interests growing up were not the same of, maybe my cousins or some of my other friends. They're not techie, they're not into tech. I've always been into gadgets and different things like that. If you ask anybody, they know that I was customizing everything from like, whatever I could customize at a young age, whether it just be a phone case, whatever it was, I was doing it, and nobody else was really into it. Even gaming, I had one cousin that kind of played games with me, but I definitely was the bigger gamer out of us. So finding community and finding people who, are really excited about the same kind of geeky stuff that you're excited about is awesome. So even aside from that, knowing that this community is being built where people are getting in the comments and helping other people, you guys are making suggestions, you guys are making recommendations, you guys are sharing your experiences so that other people can get even more information that I may not have touched on in the video. I love that. This is the whole point. This is why I want to start something, is to have a group of people who are positive, who are helpful, who are genuinely just there for other people, and you guys just pull through. I've probably, over the course of the videos that I've posted and the amount of, years that I've been doing this, I have probably only gotten like two kind of like, I would say, negative comments. And those weren't even really like as negative as they can get on the internet. Okay. These were just people, I think, nitpicking. And so, even with that, the fact that I have 99.9% positivity in my environment online is just a blessing. And I'm so grateful. And please, let's continue that so that we can help each other and just be there for each other, because there's enough stuff going on in the world. Let's have this be a place where we can come to relax and just get, some feel good energy. I also think that YouTube has taught me how to not be so antisocial, or trying to not be so antisocial, because I've always been kind of like quiet and a little bit more on the shy spectrum. When I get around my family, I'm, super, just outgoing. We're laughing, we're talking, we're, joking. But in public settings, I'm kind of like, I'll make friends, I'll approach people, I'll like start a conversation, but I still have this very, quiet voice and just this calmness about me. And I think that YouTube has helped me kind of come out of the shell, because when I had my first daughter, I was going through like postpartum depression and stuff like that, so I was secluded. It was me, my fiance, and my daughter in our apartment. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want nobody coming to see her. I didn't want anybody around her. If you have children, hopefully, like, I don't want anybody to have gone through postpartum depression, because it's not fun. But if you did, you understand what I mean. It kind of like secludes you a little bit. Like, and this is my first child, so I was scared of the world too. Like, I didn't, everything around the world was just so bad. I was just like, I don't want any exposure to anything. And so for me, I feel like that actually dug me into this hole where it's like I became this person who just didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything really. And I was fine with that. There was nothing wrong with me. But I feel like YouTube has brought me back out of that, in that I want to go to more meetups. I want to meet other people. I want to go talk to people who are doing things that I aspire to do. And so I feel like this kind of was that push that got me back out there to at least communicate with others. And like, you guys know that you know, I speak on meetups all the time. So even just going to meetups and, like I said, meeting other women and other men, or who are doing the same things, has been very helpful. And I don't think that, well, I know for sure I probably wouldn't have done that had I not found YouTube as my thing, because I wouldn't have been on here so much. I don't know if this makes any sense, but yeah, it's helped me to become a little less antisocial. I'm also a really creative person. I went to a performing arts school, so I've always been interested in like just expression and being yourself, and just kind of like going with the flow, and not really, I guess, necessarily conforming to what other people think, as far as, like how other people feel like you should look or you should dress, or, the type of things you should be interested in, music you listen to, things like that. And YouTube has been that place where it's literally, you're just being a creator. You're just being yourself. You're just putting out whatever feels good to you. And it really is a form of art. It's a form of expression. And I really appreciate the fact that I have something that I really enjoy doing, that allows me to also tap into my creativity and allows me to grow within that creativity. I have a lot of growing to do when it comes to filming and editing, and, creating thumbnails, but it kind of forces you into that and forces you to want to get better. Like, I want to learn more about cameras and filming and settings and lighting and different things like that. So I'm excited to even watch the growth. I feel like YouTube is this diary of growth that you actually get to visually see. I write, I love to write. And that's kind of like, it's a written document of how you're growing, and you can kind of go back and read, where was I, or what was I talking about then compared to now. But there's something about visually seeing your growth. And I'm just excited to see how far, this channel can go, and also how much we're going to learn as far as, the art of film. I'm really interested in like cinematography. Is that the word? I'm really interested in like doing more cinematic videos, and just really learning about how to play with coloring and different things like that. So yeah, this has been a playground, and it's another reason why I really wanted to get more consistent and just really, post more, because the only way I'm going to get better, just like with coding, is by practicing. Now, the last thing I want to touch on as far as how, YouTube has changed my life, is the fact that it is literally forcing me to be better. If I am not learning different things, if I am not trying to grow, if I'm not doing these things, I really don't have anything to share with you guys. I mean, I'm trying to get more into vlogging so you guys can see, get to know me a little bit better, see who I am outside of the things that I talk about in these sit downs. And, I'm trying to get vlogging is kind of hard. If you haven't tried vlogging is vlogging is a film style in its own. And so I'm trying to get better at that, but I don't really do anything. And I work, you know, I'm working, which I don't think I've actually told you guys. I got another 9 to 5. So we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, it's like I don't really do too much right now in the space that I'm in my life, but I do have things that I can share. So I want to get better at doing that. But as far as it goes for me to share things about tech or about just growth in general, just self discovery in general, I have to be doing something actively to be able to even have something to share. So YouTube is literally that thing that's always in the back of my mind. Like, you got to do this because you got to go tell other people about it. Like, I have to go figure out what 100 devs is so that I can tell you guys about it so that you guys can have the opportunity to, get a free coding boot camp to become a full stack engineer. Like, I have to go and talk to people online to figure out what they're doing to share other resources. And, there's just certain things that I have to do as a person. And this is something that is at push. And I need a push. I'm the type of person I need push. And so yeah, YouTube has been amazing for me so far. And I didn't want to get on here and even talk about monetary or, products that you get sent, nothing like that. Like, yes, those things can change your life too, and they're fun and they're helpful. But I wanted to come from a standpoint of like how it's literally changing my life as a person, and to hopefully inspire you guys to leave this video knowing that if you want to start your online presence, whether it be YouTube, a blog, Instagram, whatever it is, to just do it. You don't have to put your face out there to have a blog or a YouTube. You can do a faceless YouTube if that's what you're worried about. But aside from that, like, don't let anything stop you from getting what is already meant for you. Don't worry about who's going to watch it, how many people are going to watch it, is it going to fail, is it going to do this? You never know until you actually do it. And I feel like the more that you just put yourself out there, the easier it'll get. And you just never know the opportunities that are going to come from you just putting yourself out there and being a good person. So as long as you're being a good person, you're putting out positivity, God is going to bless you. God already has it written for you, whatever it is that's meant for you. So nobody can even take that away. You just have to be ready to go after whatever He's called you to do. And so I don't know, I'm just trying to do that more myself. And hopefully you guys leave this video inspired and knowing that anything that you can think of has already been done. So there's nothing stopping you from doing it but you. So go out there, create, be the best person that you can be, help other people, be there for other people, build your communities, share love, share resources. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm rambling. You guys know I love to talk, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot believe we are almost at 7K. Every time I get on here and I mention a subscriber count, it's like, it's more so because it's mind blowing. Because again, I started my channel thinking like, who the heck is gonna watch these videos? Like, I'm not gonna. But like now, I'm like, I mean, I have no words. Just thank you. I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your community, and I will see you guys in the next one.